Well, tonight, tension at the Tama port has reduced as Maersk Ghana Limited, the subsidiary of Maersk Shipping, has given indication it will lift the suspension of accounts of freight forwarders and other port operators affected by its action. This will allow for further discussion and resolution of all cases with port stakeholders. Here's a statement from Maersk we want to show you tonight. It says, we have over the past week had customers reported to having old outstanding invoices placed on suspension, impacting new booking creation and cargo release. This was following notifications which were duly sent to customers involved. It goes on to say, however, in view of impact and feedback from engagements with stakeholders, suspension will be lifted from today to allow for further discussion and resolution of all cases. It says remain available to all customers to address any concerns for amicable resolution. We regret any inconvenience this may have caused to customers who may have also been suspended erroneously during this exercise. And so that's the statement from Maersk Ghana Limited on the situation. We have been reporting the past day at the port. We are joined by Johnny Mante, who is Vice President of the Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders. Good to have you tonight on our program. How are you receiving this news? Do you have an understanding now of what the issues were with Maersk? I think that you're muted, sir.
Thank you very much. Is it better now?
It's better.
Thank you. So yes, we've always had an understanding of the issues. We knew from the onset that Maersk had not done due diligence. They were wrong. Invoices they were churning out. They had an agenda. And thankfully, they realized that they were in error. And that's the statement we see out there. Of course, there are demurrage that's accrued over the past few weeks of their inefficiency. There is port rent that has to be sorted out. So that's the next stage that we have to deal with.
I'm just curious, do you say they had an agenda? What could that be?
Obviously, I mean, a company like Maersk will not be churning out such errors. There's a clear agenda out there to ensure that their subsidiary Damco is able to take on the logistics leg of their business. Simply, so that's the only way you can understand this matter, because of course Maersk is a giant within the space, if not the best. And for them to be issuing out wrong invoices and be going out there all over Europe, around the world, telling customers not to use particular shipping lines, shipping companies, freight forwarders. I mean, this is unheard of. I mean, you have giants within the space. You have companies like Stellar Logistics. I mean, you are telling their customers not to use them again. What else will be the motive?
Help our audience appreciate what sort of challenges and the impact this, should I say, confusion had on your operations in the last couple of days.
I mean, it's been, I don't even have the words to describe it, chaotic, depressing. Don't forget that within our space, people's businesses thrive based on the reputation that you have been able to churn out over the years. And people have been in this business for the past 20, 30 years. And then you go out there and you tell the customer that don't use this company again because it owes you money. And these are, and you find out that these are errors. How are you going to repair that damage that you've done? There's nothing you can do about it. You've somebody's business, 30 years, 40 years down the line, and you go out there, you tell the customer that this person also don't use him again. And you have multinationals out there. These are businesses who have sacrificed their life for this country and for business to make trade grow. And then you go out there and you tarnish their image like this. I mean, this is unheard of. And of course, at the moment there is some reprieve. They say they've reverted and companies can now go ahead and work and they begin to receive boxes. But it is not on. This is not something that should ever have happened, not to a giant like Maersk Line.
So I was going to ask, the lifting of the suspension of the accounts of freight forwarders, does it bring finality to the issue?
of course, like I mentioned, there are still if you tell us that you have lifted suspensions, there is port rent that has to be taken care of. GPHA is an organization. I mean, the longer you keep your cargo in there, you will have to pay for it. So we will take up the issue again. My president has said that we are meeting them again, and then we'll discuss the modalities in terms of how the rent is going to be taken care of. Of course, they've assured us that they are going to take care of some of the demurrage. We've not spoken about rent yet.
Okay, so Maersk talks about meeting to have a resolution to the matter. As you discuss with them, what kind of assurances are you hoping to hear from them? We also understand that you called on national security to intervene in the matter. What's the way forward, do you think?
I mean, of course, I mean, if you air like this and you come out to say that you are sorry, I mean, that's good. They've shown a good hand, and we are going to sit down again and ensure that, most importantly, the rent and the demurrage. And of course, you see, it is the feedback issue. You sent someone an email to tell the person that you owe the person money. The person owes you. Now you revert in that email to tell them that I don't owe you. You produce the documents, and yet they are even unable to come back to you and say, look, we've seen these errors and we are sorry. They don't even do that. So they have to ensure that we are going to ensure that the structures within that space, the feedback is done properly. Again, in terms of the demurrage and the rent that I have mentioned, it is very crucial because, of course, a day's demurrage, a day's rent is quite a lot. In terms of the damage that has been done in terms of going out there to tell the public that, you know, this company has been blacklisted on our service, there's nothing that can be done about that. But we hope that we can break that gap and then move forward, going forward in the coming future.
Is a legal suit an option?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much. John Mante there, he's Vice President of Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders. As we're hearing tonight, that Maersk has lifted the suspension of accounts of freight forwarders. And as he pointed out, they ran into losses during the period of the suspension of the accounts.